The mythical felines, cats of ancient Egypt. Welcome to an exploration into one of history's most fascinating human-animal relationships. Today, we journey back thousands of years to uncover the story of how these graceful creatures became not only protectors of Egyptian households, but also divine symbols of spirituality and culture. From their humble beginnings as pest controllers to their godlike reverence, cats left an indelible mark on ancient Egyptian society. It all began in the lush Nile Valley, where the environment was perfectly suited for wild cats to thrive. These early felines, ancestors of today's domesticated cats, called Felis sylvestris libica, were drawn to human settlements by the abundance of small prey like rats and mice that plagued granaries. For the ancient Egyptians, this natural pest control was an invaluable asset, as grain and stored food were critical to sustaining their civilization. Over time, these clever creatures established mutual trust with humans. The Egyptians provided safety, while the cats safeguarded their most valuable resource. Slowly but surely, these once wild hunters transformed into trusted companions, paving the way for a unique bond to blossom. In countless Egyptian households, cats became indispensable members of the family. Beyond protecting grain supplies, they were cherished for their grace, intelligence, and playful demeanor, qualities that resonated deeply with the Egyptian aesthetic. Tomb inscriptions and artifacts frequently depict scenes of cats lounging beneath their owners' chairs or sitting proudly at their feet, a sign of both their affection and utility. Cats also inspired admiration through their symbolic portrayal of elegance. Their lithe movement and striking features permeated Egyptian art, appearing not just as companions, but as representations of beauty itself. These animals weren't merely practical, they were adored. For the Egyptians, nearly every element of life was intertwined with the divine, and cats were no exception. These feline companions transcended their earthly role and became spiritual icons. Cats were seen as protectors imbued with mystical qualities, a belief profoundly reflected in their religious significance. At the heart of this spiritual connection was Bastet, the feline goddess of home, fertility, music, and protection. Usually depicted with a lioness or domestic cat head atop a woman's body, Bastet symbolized nurturing and strength in balance. Temples dedicated to her, especially in the city of Bubastis, became sacred gathering places, drawing worshippers from across the kingdom. Through this belief system, cats became symbols of harmony, safeguarding not just physical spaces, but spiritual ones too. They were guardians of cosmic order, standing between humans and chaos. Beyond spirituality, cats also came to represent wealth and societal standing. To own and care for cats was considered a mark of prosperity and refinement. Their likeness was immortalized not only in religious imagery, but also in jewelry, pottery, and even household items. In royal settings, cats were protectors of sacred and valuable objects. Pharaohs and the elite were known to keep cats adorned in gold jewelry, further elevating their status as symbols of affluence. Some even believed that cats brought good luck, protecting their owners against misfortune and ill omens. This veneration extended to the legal realm, where harming or killing a cat, deliberately or accidentally, was met with severe punishment. The Egyptians demonstrated their profound respect for cats through laws that ensured their safety, further reflecting the uniquely honored position cats held in their society. While cats were revered and protected, their divine association also gave rise to practices tied to devotion, most notably mummification. This practice wasn't limited to humans. Animals deemed sacred often received similar treatment, and cats were no exception. To honor the gods, especially Bastet, Egyptians bred cats specifically for religious sacrifice. These cats were mummified and offered as votive gifts in temples. This ensured divine favor and conveyed deep respect toward feline deities. Archaeological discoveries of cat cemeteries provide a haunting yet fascinating glimpse into this practice. Thousands upon thousands of cat mummies have been unearthed, some placed in intricately designed sarcophagi, reflecting the high value placed on these creatures. Though the mass production of cat mummies has a darker undertone, it underscores cats' irreplaceable spiritual and cultural significance. The adoration Egyptians felt for cats is perhaps best preserved in their art. Cats were not only painted and engraved on tomb walls, but also crafted into sculptures, amulets, and household containers. Their recurring presence in artistry signifies their embedded role in Egyptian identity. Tomb murals often show cats sitting beneath dining tables, catching birds, or accompanying hunters. These images symbolize fertility, companionship, and protection. On sarcophagi and papyrus scrolls, cats are sometimes seen warding off serpents, a representation of their protective power against danger and chaos. Beyond practical or religious depictions, the Egyptians' artistic portrayal of cats celebrated their sheer beauty, immortalizing their essence for generations to marvel at. As centuries passed, the relationship between humans and cats in Egypt evolved further. While initially valued for pest control and later venerated as spiritual icons, cats eventually found a more personal role in Egyptian households. They were companions, cherished and immortalized by their human families. After Egypt's conquest by other civilizations, cats began to travel beyond the Nile, spreading through trade routes and conquests. They captivated new audiences across the Mediterranean and ultimately beyond. In many ways, Egypt's exaltation of cats played a crucial role in their gradual adoption as beloved domestic animals around the world. The prominence of the Egyptian cat eventually extended beyond the boundaries of the ancient kingdom. Through trade and conquest, cats found themselves aboard ships, traveling to Greece, Rome, and even Asia. With them, they carried an air of mystique and refinement, often associated with their Egyptian origins. In many of these new cultures, the Egyptian reverence for cats influenced local customs, art, and mythology. In some cases, traits of Bastet were adapted into new pantheons, while in others, cats came to symbolize good fortune and protection. Egyptians' love for cats had set the stage. In their migration, cats not only survived, but thrived, continuing to weave their way into the very fabric of human life. The story of cats in ancient Egypt would remain incomplete without the diligent work of archaeologists and historians. Recent discoveries, such as cat statuettes, mummified remains, and inscriptions, have deepened our understanding of how ingrained these animals were in Egyptian life. Field experts have even uncovered genetic evidence supporting the origins of the domestic cat in Egypt, showing how they were bred for specific traits. Studies of animal remains from burial sites further elaborate on Egyptians' practice of placing cats alongside their owners to accompany them into the afterlife. Such findings point to the vital contributions cats made to both the economy and the spiritual lives of ancient Egyptians. Today, every artifact, every statue, reveals another layer of this remarkable historical bond. The ancient Egyptian relationship with cats was nothing short of extraordinary. What began as a practical partnership evolved into one of deep admiration and spiritual connection. Cats came to embody protection, grace, and divine favor in Egyptian society, leaving an impact that resonates even today. We see echoes of this relationship in the modern fascination with cats, from their widespread popularity as pets to their symbolic value in art and culture. Ancient Egypt cemented the idea of cats as guardians and companions, an idea that has spanned millennia to reach us now. As we conclude this episode of the Mythical Felines, Cats of Ancient Egypt, we're reminded of a powerful truth. History is often as much about the animals alongside us as it is about the people who revere them. Cats may have walked among the sands of ancient Egypt, but their legacy walks with us still, paw prints marking the path of time.